Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jananda Tajandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So I realized yesterday that there's two bookmarks in here, and we are reading from the bookmark that's further along, which I was carrying on from where someone else was reading, but Tridandi Swami, but we're supposed to be reading from an earlier place. So I'm going to continue from there, which is titled Lord Chaitanya's Childhood Pastimes. So, chapter 14, Adi Lila. Katanchane smritya yasmin duskaram sukaram bhavet Vishimrite viparitam syat Sri Chaitanyam namami tvam. Things that are very difficult to do become easy to execute if one somehow or other simply remembers Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But if one does not remember him, even easy things become very difficult. To this Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu I offer my respectful obeisances. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gauda Bhakta Vrinda. All glories to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Prabhu, and all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya. Prabhu Ra Kahila E Janma Lila Sutra Yasoda Nandana Yaiche Haila Sachi Putra. I have thus described in brief the advent of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who appeared as the son of Mother Sachi exactly as Krishna appeared as the son of Mother Yasoda. Shankshepe Kahila Janmalila Anukrama Ebe Kahi Balyalila Sutrere Ganana. I have already briefly spoken about the pastimes of his birth in chronological order. Now I shall give a synopsis of his childhood pastimes. Vande Chaitanya Krishnasya Balyalilam Manoharam Lokikim Apitam Isha Chestaya Valitantaram. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the childhood pastimes of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Lord Krishna himself. Although such pastimes appear exactly like those of an ordinary child, they should be understood as various pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Balyalilaya age prabhura utana sayana Pita Mataya Dikhaila Chinha Charana. In his first childhood pastimes, the Lord turned upside down while lying on his bed, and thus he showed his parents the marks of his lotus feet. Grihe Dui Janadeki Lagupada Chinha Tahe Shobe Dvaja Vajra Shankha Chakramina. When the Lord tried to walk, in his small footprints the specific marks of Lord Vishnu were visible, namely the flag, thunderbolt, conch shell, disc, and fish. Dekiya Donhara Chite Janmila Vishmaya Karapara China Gare Napaya Nishchaya. Seeing all these marks, neither his father nor his mother could understand whose footprints they were. Thus, struck with wonder, they could not understand how these marks could be possible in their home. This is throughout Mahaprabhu's early pastimes, for up until the point he travelled to Gaya and took initiation from Ishvarapuri, there were signs and symptoms of divinity. Clues, some more obvious, some less obvious, that he was not an ordinary child, that he was in fact a very, very special child. but due to his own influence, due to the influence of Yogamaya, no one was really able to put a finger on it and go, oh, get some kind of realization that Mahaprabhu was actually Krishna himself. They knew he was a special child, I mean, as he grew, displaying his intellectual abilities, etc. But he didn't reveal his full-fledged divinity until soon after he got back from Gaya. But up until then, it kept on, you could almost say, coming to the surface and showing itself, and people were a little curious, scratching their heads like, this is not normal, there's something special going on here, but not quite able to define it and label it. And when Mahaprabhu did reveal himself, then he would caution that person to keep it under wraps, to not reveal it. For example, when the Brahmana visited and he was cooking, and as he would sit down in meditation to offer his food, young Nimai would come along and eat all the food that he was offering. Nimai would come along, he was about maybe 6 or 7 at that age, and he would come along, and a Brahmana was visiting Jagannath Mishra, and so according to custom he would be invited to do his cooking. So he would cook and then offer to his deity. But while he was sitting down in meditation, offering his food to the deity, little Nimai came along and ate it all. And this happened several times. I think it happened 3 times. And everyone had gone to bed, and they'd urged him, cook again. It happened once, and it happened twice, and everyone had gone to bed. Jagannath Mishra, Ch.Ch. Devi. And they urged him on, please, just stay up and cook. We'd be very, very disturbed if you went to bed hungry. So he stayed up and cooked for a 3rd time. And it happened the 3rd time, and he was at his absolute wit's end. And then Nimai revealed himself as this man's worshipable deity of Vishnu. And it caused the man to absolutely go wild with ecstasy. He was roaring and leaping around, singing. And Mahaprabhu cautioned him, young Nimai cautioned him, he said, well, yes, I've given you a vision of your Lord, a vision of myself, of your Lord. But don't reveal it to anyone. Keep it a secret. And then there's a few times like that. And it happened in a dream with Keshava Kashmiri. This was much later, of course. But I think it was Saraswati Devi appeared in the dream to Keshava Kashmiri because he was a devotee of Saraswati. And after he was defeated in a debate by Mahaprabhu on the banks of the Ganga, and quite thoroughly humiliated, even though Mahaprabhu was very gentle in his treatment of his defeated opponent, still, for a proud scholar, it was quite the humiliation. And so his worshipable deity, his Ishtadevata Saraswati, appeared to him that night and said, you came up against the Supreme Lord, you know, don't be too worried. You came up against the person whom I get my knowledge from. And so that revelation of Mahaprabhu's identity as the Supreme Lord was also given to Keshava Kashmiri, along with the same warning of keep it a secret. Don't spread this insight or this revelation around. Keep it to yourself. There's other instances too. But either way, throughout Nimai's life, throughout Mahaprabhu's childhood pastimes, there were external instances, even miracles or signs like this of the auspicious signs on his feet and palms. They would lead people to think and ask themselves questions and speculate as to his identity. And according to their depth of devotion, essentially, they were able to see Mahaprabhu as different people, or as different gradations of Godhead. Some would, or as a different person. Some would see him as a charming, handsome young man, some as a brilliant and powerful scholar, some as a dear friend, and some as an enemy. Just like Krishna was viewed in such ways when he appeared in the palace of Kamsa to kill and thus liberate Kamsa. Mishra kahe bala gopala ache shila sange tenho murti hanagare kele janirange. Jagannath Mishra said, "Certainly child Krishna is with the Shalagram Shila, taking his childhood form. He is playing within the room." So Jagannath Mishra is getting an insight as his son, as Krishna. But they're fleeting insights. They're not like consistently staying with the person who's seeing them. They're fleeting and then they're disappearing again. Otherwise it'd be too difficult to maintain the parent-child relationship. Seeing your kid is the Supreme Lord. Se kshane jage nimai karaye krandana anke lana sachi tandre piyaila stana. While Mother Sachi and Jagannath Mishra were talking, child Nimai woke up and began to cry, and Mother Sachi took him on her lap and allowed him to suck her breast. Stana piyaite putrera charana dekila se china pai deke mishre bolaila. While Mother Sachi was feeding the child from her breast, she saw on his lotus feet all the marks that were visible on the floor of the room, and she called for Jagannath Mishra. Dekiya Mishrera Haila Anandita Mate Gupte Bolaila Nilambara Chakravarti. When Jagannath Mishra saw the wonderful marks on the soul of his son, he became very joyful and privately called for Nilambar Chakravarti. Of course, Nilambar Chakravarti is Sachi Devi's father. So he was the, even though Jagannath Mishra was a great scholar himself, he was not as expert in Jyotish or astrology as Nilambar Chakravarti. So because we know that Nilambar Chakravarti did Mahaprabhu's astrological chart at the time of his birth. So as these are to do with palmistry, or perhaps you could say chirognomy, being on the feet, it's to do with astrological, it's very connected with astrology. And so he's calling for Nilambar Chakravarti to make sense of these symbols on his son's feet. China deki Chakravarti balena hashia lagnagane purve ame rakiachi likia. When Nilambar Chakravarti saw those marks, he smilingly said, "Formerly, I ascertained this by astrological calculation and noted it in writing." So he's saying that formerly he made Mahaprabhu's chart. And indeed, at that time, he said this Mahaprabhu was named based on the chart. So he was called Vishvambara, the shelter of the entire universe, based on the superlative nature of his astrological chart. As it says earlier, I think it was just last chapter, wasn't it, when we were going through the actual birth of Mahaprabhu, the shlokas that are, or the verses that are chanted during Gaur Purnima. And the second one is Shimharasi, Shimhalagna, Ucha Grahagan, Shadvarga, Ashtavarga, Sarva Sulaksham, which means he was born in Leo. No, his moon was in Leo. The Lagna, the rising sign, was Leo. Ucha Grahagan, Graha is planets, Ucha is exalted. It means the planets were exalted, many exalted planets. Shadvarga, the collection of 6 charts. Ashtavarga, collection of 8 charts. Sarva Sulaksham, they're all superlative. All of it was sublime. So this conclusion of having a super excellent astrological chart was given by Nilambar Chakravarti. And so now he's again being consulted and again saying that, yes, initially I assessed this chart as absolutely fabulous. He's saying it smiling. Patrisha Lakshana Mahapurusha Bhushan E Shishu Ange Deki Se Sabalakshan. There are 32 bodily marks that symptomize a great personality, and I see all those marks on the body of this child. Pancha Dirgha Pancha Shikshma Sapta Rakta Sad Unata Tri Hrasva Pritu Gambiro Dvatrim Sad Lokshano Mahan. There are 32 bodily symptoms of a great personality. 5 of his bodily parts are large, 5 fine, 7 reddish, 6 raised, 3 small, 3 broad, and 3 grave. Narayanera China Yukta Shri Hasta Charan E Shishu Sarvaloke Karibe Taran. This baby has all the symptoms of Lord Narayan on his palms and soles. He will be able to deliver all the 3 worlds. Eita Karibe Vaishnav Dharmera Prachara Iha Haite Habe Dui Kulira Nishtara. This child will preach the Vaishnav cult and deliver both his maternal and paternal families. Mahotsava Karasava Bolaha Brahmana Ajidina Bala Kariba Nama Karana. I propose to perform a name-giving ceremony. We should observe a festival and call for the Brahmanas, because today is very auspicious. I see, so they haven't named Mahaprabhu yet, but they're doing so in the very next verse. It appears. Sarva Lokera Karibe Ihan Dharana Poshan Vishvambara Nama Ihar Eta Karan. In the future, this child will protect and maintain all the world. For this reason, he is to be called Vishvambara. Shuni Ch.Ch Mishrera Mane Ananda Badila Brahmana Brahmani Ani Mahotsav Kaila. After hearing Nilambar Chakravarti's prediction, Sachimata and Jagannath Mitra observed the name-giving festival in great joy, inviting all the Brahmanas and their wives. Tabe kata dine prabhura janu chakramana nana chamatkara tata karaila darshana. After some days, the Lord began to crawl on his knees, and he caused various wonderful things to be seen. In the purport here, Srila Prabhupada is describing one of the very first childhood pastimes of the Lord, where he crawls out into the yard and interacts with a snake. There's a cobra. in the yard, and the cobra is coiled around, and Mahaprabhu is like lying on the cobra, it's like he's like lying on another baby or a little friend or something. He's lying on the cobra, and the cobra is there, just very chilled, very relaxed. But everyone's freaking out. It's like, oh, the cobra could bite Nimai at any time. And Nimai's playing with the cobra. Of course, the cobra is said in Chaitanya Bhagavat that this snake was Anantasesh coming to see his Lord. Of course, eventually the snake slithered away and everyone ran out and grabbed Nimai. He wanted to chase the snake, actually. Krandanera chale balaila harinam, nare saba hari bale hashe godadam. The Lord caused all the ladies to chant the holy names of Hare Krishna Mahamantra on the plea of his crying. And while they chanted, the Lord would smile. Tabe kata dine kaila para chakramana, shishu gane mili kaila vividha kelana. After some days, the Lord began to move his legs and walk. He mixed with other children and exhibited various sports. Ekadina Ch.Ch kai sandesha aniya, batabare dia baila kayo tabashia. One day, while the Lord was enjoying his playful sports with the other little children, Mother Ch.Ch brought a dish filled with fused rice and sweetmeats and asked the child to sit down and eat them. Etabale gela Ch.Ch grehe karma karite, lukana la gile shishu mritika kaite. But when she returned to her household duties, the child hid from his mother and began to eat dirt. Deki Ch.Ch dana aila kari haya haya, mati kari lana kahi, mati kena kaya. Seeing this, Mother Ch.Ch hastily returned and exclaimed, "What is this? What is this?" She snatched the dirt from the hands of the Lord and inquired why he was eating it. Kandiya balena shishu kena kararosha, tumi mati kaiti dile moda kibadosha. Crying, the child inquired from his mother, "Why are you angry? You have already given me dirt to eat. What is my fault?" Kai sandesha ana yateka matira vikara, eho mati sehamati ki beda bichara. Fused rice, sweetmeats, and all other eatables are but transformations of dirt. This is dirt, that is dirt. Please consider, what is the difference between them? So this is Advaita philosophy, classic Advaitavad, where everything is essentially one. And the transformation of one into duality is Maya. That's their belief. So, playing devil's advocate, young Nimai is kind of playing with his mother, teasing her with Advaita philosophy, Mayavad philosophy. He's saying food and all other eatables, they're just transformations of dirt. The plant grows in the dirt. Then we harvest the plant and eat the plant, so it's a transformation of dirt. Or a cow eats the plant and then we drink the milk of the cow. Still an eventual transformation of dirt, of soil. One time, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati and his disciples were traveling on a train, and there were some Advaitins, perhaps in the same carriage. And they got naturally into some kind of discussion. They were promoting the idea that everything is a illusory transformation of the one. nirvishesha, nirakara, formless, without qualities. And everything that we see as qualities, as having qualities and form, is Maya. It's all essentially just one. And so the party had some mangoes with them. Some of the mangoes were rotten. And so Siddhanta Saraswati presented the mangoes to these Advaitins, followers of Shankara. And they went to take the ripe mangoes, and Saraswati Thakur said, no, no, the rotten ones. They're all the same, remember? It's all simply a transformation, an illusory transformation. Don't succumb to illusion and pick the right ones. You can have those ones. But they wouldn't eat the spoiled mangoes. So they couldn't actually quite practice what they preached. They couldn't practice their theoretical understanding. Anyway, so playing devil's advocate, Mahaprabhu is preaching the same philosophy to his mother. Mati deha, mati bhakshya, dekaha vichari, avichari deha dosha, kabilite pari. This body is a transformation of dirt, and the eatables are also a transformation of dirt. Please reflect upon this. You are blaming me without consideration. What can I say? That the child was speaking Mayavad philosophy, Mother Ch.Ch. replied, "Who has taught you this philosophical speculation that justifies eating dirt?" Matira vikara ana kaile deha pushtihaya, mati kaile rogahaya dehayaya kshaya. Replying to the Mayavad idea of the child diseased instead of nourished, and thus it is destroyed. Matira vikara gate pani bari ani matripan. Poured water on a lump of dirt, the lump would soak up the water and my labor would be useless. Atmalukaite Prabhu Balila Tanhare Agekena Iha Mata Nashikali Mori. The Lord replied to his mother, "Why did you conceal self-realization by not teaching me this practical philosophy in the beginning?" Ebe se janilan ara matina kaiba kshudhalage yub Shuddhalage yabe tabe tomarastana piba. Now that I can understand this philosophy, no more shall I eat dirt. Whenever I am hungry, I shall suck your breast and drink your breast milk. Etabali jananira kolete chadiya, stana pana kare prabhu ishat hasiya. After saying this, the Lord, smiling slightly, climbed on the lap of his mother and suckled on her breast. E mate nana chale aishvarya dekaya, balya bhava prakatiya paschat lukaya. Thus, under various excuses, the Lord exhibited his opulences as much as possible in his childhood, and later, after exhibiting much opulences, he hid himself. There we go, what I was saying earlier, is that he would exhibit his opulences and then he would withdraw them so that people could function with their ordinary lives. It's a little difficult to carry on with your ordinary life if you realize that the little boy you see is mischievous, bright, mischievous young Nimai is actually the Supreme Lord. It kind of throws everything off kilter, and So in order for people to continue with the Lila, the Lord withdraws that direct realization of Him as the grandiose Supreme Person. It's the same pastime as Mother Yasoda seeing the dirt in Krishna's mouth. This pastime has been is equivalent to that pastime in Vrindavan, Goloka Vrindavan, where Balaram tells on Krishna. Balaram goes to Mother Yasoda and tells on Krishna, Krishna's eating dirt. And so Mother Yasoda comes to check and opens Krishna's mouth and sees the whole cosmos is in there. All the planets, the galaxies, in fact, multiple universes. Infinity, essentially. And she's awestruck. But then returns to a more prosaic state of mind afterwards. So they're getting glimpses of divinity, but then returning to not mundanity, of course, but a more normal state of mind, which is more conducive to the continuation of the Lila. Atiti viprera ana kaila tinabara, pache gupte se vipre karila nistara. On one occasion, the Lord ate the food of a Brahmana guest 3 times, and later, in confidence, the Lord delivered that Brahmana from material engagement. Chore lana gela Prabhu ke bahire paya, tara skande chari aila tare bulaiya. In his childhood, the Lord was taken away by 2 thieves outside his home. The Lord, however, got up on the shoulders of the thieves, and while they were thinking they were safely carrying the child to rob his ornaments, the Lord misled them, and thus, instead of going to their own home, the thieves came back to the home of Jagannath Mishra. So they brought him back, then they panicked. They'd lost their navigation, and they panicked and ran away. Vyadhi chule jagadisha hiranya sadane, Vishnu naivedya kaila ikadashi dine. Pretending to be sick, the Lord asked some food from the home of Hiranya and Jagadish on the Ekadashi day. Shishu Saba Lai Pada Shira Gare Churi Kare Dravya Kaya Mare Balakere. As usual for small children, he learned to play, and with his playmates, he went to the houses of neighboring friends, stealing their eatables and eating them. Sometimes the children fought among themselves. Shishu Saba Sachi Stane Kaila Nevedana Shuni Sachi Putre Kichu Dila Olahana. All the children lodged complaints with Sachimata about the Lord's fighting with them and stealing from the neighbors' houses. Therefore, sometimes she used to chastise or rebuke her son. Keni churi kara, keni madahara, madaha shishuri, keni pada gare yaha kiba nahi gare. Sachimata said, "Why do you steal others' things? Why do you beat the other children? And why do you go inside others' houses? What do you not have in your own house?" Shuni Kruddha Hana Prabhu Gara Bitarayana Gare Yata Bandhu Chila Pelila Bangia. Thus rebuked by his mother, the Lord would go in anger to a room and break all the pots within it. Tabe Sachi Kole Kare Karaila Santosh Lajita Haila Prabhu Jane Nijadosh. Then Sachimata would take her son on her lap and pacify him, and the Lord would be very much ashamed, admitting his faults. So Mahaprabhu was quite a terror. There's more detail given in Chaitanya Bhagavat about some of these pastimes. Less detail in Chaitanya Charitamrita, because when he was writing Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj acknowledged that there was already a biography of Mahaprabhu written by Vrindavan Das Thakur, and that in honor of Vrindavan Das, he was not going to recover in detail Mahaprabhu's childhood pastimes. So went over them in brief because they'd already been covered in more extensively in Chaitanya Bhagavat. But Chaitanya Bhagavat talks about Mahaprabhu being, as a child, being something of a terror, going into houses, breaking into houses. He would head to their cool room and eat all their dairy products, all their ghee, yogurt, butter, paneer. And then sometimes if he'd see a little baby lying there and the parents went run, he'd go and pinch the baby and make the baby cry. And then even if the owners of the house caught him red-handed, and he would sometimes smash pots and vandalize things just for kicks. Even if they caught him in his act of mischief, he would somehow be so charming and so apologetic that they would have to let him go without a beating. So he's, in a sense, terrorizing the neighborhood and getting away with it. Even if he was caught, he's still able to talk his way out of it. And then, so it talks about it in a couple of verses down. Going to the Ganga, terrorizing people on the banks of the Ganga. Kabu mridu hasti kaila mate ke tadana, mata ke murchita deki karaye krandana. Once the child, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, chastised his mother with his soft hand, and his mother pretended to faint. Seeing this, the Lord began to cry. Nari gana kahe nari kela deha ani, tabe sushta hai bena tomara janani. The neighboring ladies told him, "Dear child, please bring a coconut from somewhere and then your mother will be cured." Bahire yana anilena dui nari kela, dekya apurva haila vishmita sakala. He then went outside the house and immediately brought 2 coconuts, and all the ladies were astonished to see such wonderful activities. Kabu seshu sange snana karila gangare, gangate, kanya gana aila tahan devata pujite. Sometimes the Lord would go with the other children to bathe in the Ganges, and the neighboring girls would also come there to worship various demigods. Ganga snana kari puja karite lagila, Kanyagana Madhye Prabhu Ashiya Basila. When the girls engaged in worshipping the different demigods after bathing in the Ganges, the Lord would come there and sit down among them. Kanyare kahe ama puja ame dibavara, Ganga Durga dasi mora mahesha kinkara. Addressing the girls, the Lord would say, "Worship me, and I shall give you good husbands or good benedictions. The Ganges and Goddess Durga are my maidservants. What to speak of other demigods, even Lord Shiva is my servant." Apani chandana pare parena pula mula, naivedya kadiya kana sandesha chalakala. Without the permission of the girls, the Lord would take the sandalwood pulp and smear it on his own body, put the flower garlands on his neck, and snatch and eat all the offerings, sweetmeats, rice and bananas. Krodhe kanya gana kahe shunahini mani, grama sambande hau tumi amasabara bai. All the girls became very angry at the Lord for this behavior. "Dear Nimai," they told him, "you are just like our brother in our village relationship. Ama sabakara pakshe iha kareti nayuyaya nalaha devata sajja nakara anyaya." Therefore, it does not behoove you to act like this. Don't take our paraphernalia for worship of the demigods. Don't create a disturbance in this way. Prabhu kahe Toma sabake dila e vara, Toma sabara bharata habe paramasundara. The Lord replied, my dear sisters, I give you the benediction that your husbands will be very handsome. Pandita vidagda yuva dana danyavan, sata sata putra habe chirayu matiman. They will be learned, clever, and young, and possess abundant wealth and rice. Not only that, but you will each have 7 sons, who will all live long lives and be very intelligent. Varashuni kanya ganera antare santosh, pahere bhartshana kare kari mityarosh. Hearing this benediction from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all the girls were inwardly very happy, but externally, as is natural for girls, they rebuked the Lord under the pretense of anger. Kauna kanya palaila naivedya laiya, tare dake kahe Prabhu shakroda haiya. When some of the girls fled, the Lord called them in anger and advised them as follows. Yadi naivedya nadeha haya kripani, Buddha bharata habe ara chare chare santini. If you are miserly and do not give me the offerings, every one of you will have an old husband with at least 4 co-wives. Iha shuni tasabara mane hailabaya, Kona Ch.Ch jane kiba deva vishtahaya. Hearing this supposed curse of Lord Chaitanya, the girls, considering that he might know something uncommon or be empowered by the demigods, were afraid that his curse might be effective. Aniya naivedya tara samukhe darila, kaya naivedya tare ishtavara dila. The girls then brought the offerings before the Lord, who ate them all and blessed the girls to their satisfaction. E mata chapalya saba lokere dekaya, dukha karo mane nahi sabe sukhapaya. When this cunning behavior of the Lord with the girls became known to the people in general, it did not create misunderstandings among them. Rather, they enjoyed happiness in these dealings. Even the so-called mischief of the Lord creates happiness, which on the higher levels is not understandable to someone who's not a devotee. But with devotion, then all of the Lord's activities are bliss-creating. And then it goes on to describe Mahaprabhu's meeting with Lakshmi Priya, as she being one of the girls that is going to the Ganga to perform her worship. And they're meeting there, so that we'll continue with that tomorrow. Do you want to sing Hari Haraya? Yeah. Okay. It'd be cool if you could sing, if you want to. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. By the way, yesterday it wasn't Gopal Bhatta Goswami's disappearance. It was Raghunath Bhatta Goswami and Raghunath Das Goswami and of course Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Yeah. Hari Hare Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Gopala Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudana. Vididhari Gopinath Madana. Radha Chandra Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Rupa Sanatan Bhadra Raghunatha Shri Diva Gopala Bhadra Dasratha Jai Gosai Jabe Purna Bandhana Jaha Hoite Vigna Samistapara Jai Gosai Yanta Muni Dhanradasa Tansavara Padarenu Mura Pandara Tandera Charana Sevi Bhaktasani Vasa Janame Mora Eya Vidasa Jai Gosai Jabe Braja Koilo Vasa Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Kodila Anande Bolo Hari Braja Vrindavana Guru Vaishnava Pare Majaya Shri Guru Vaishnava Pada Padma Puriyasha Harinam Sankirtan Gauri Naranam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Jai Saparikara Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Radha Giridhari Jiu Ki Jai Jayam Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nirmala Acharya Maharaj Ki Jai Jayam Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Jayam Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Jayam Vishnupad Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai Shri Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Samaveda Vaishnav Mandala Ki Jai समवेद भक्त वृंद की जय, श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी, हरि हरि बोल।